So Alex Ferguson underwent 2 golden eras at Manchester United. First, the treble team from 1999, a squad built for battle with Schmeichel, Jaap Stam, Beckham, York and Cole to name a few. Then the Ronaldo era in 2008 with Van der Sar, Rio, Scholes, Ronaldo and Rooney, where they beat Chelsea in the Champions League finale on penalties. Today, it's a different story. No Premier League title since 2013 and no Champions League title since that 2008 finale. And since then, Manchester United bought players for $2.5 billion and still has no trophies to show for it. So what we're gonna do is bring back the golden era. And so here we are with a live start point of Manchester United in the 6th position with 25 points. And of course, a squad that is being led by Cunha, Šeško and Mbeumo as the front 3, Bruno Fernandes in midfield, and of course at the back we have the 5 players trying to make sure they don't concede as much, and the new signing, Senne Lammens in goal, who is an extremely talented goalkeeper. But not just the starting 11, even on the bench we have a bunch of very talented players, but Kobbie Mainoo, the biggest talent out of them all, can just not get a minute in this team, which is an absolute disgrace, by the way. This guy played in the finale for England. That's the level we're talking. And he's not good enough to start for you? Obviously, at Manchester United, we have a lot of money to spend. 122 million in the budget as we approach the January transfer window. In each transfer window, we're going to be going into the search of those legends of the past. Players that did exceptionally well for their team back in the day. And the best way to decide this, because I'm looking at 2 eras, is to spin the wheel. And for example, for the goalkeeping position, it is between Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar. And the one we're going to be going for is Edwin van der Sar. We need to find a Dutch goalkeeper to take over the golden era to restart again. Is there any other Dutch goalkeeper out there than Roofs, who we are going for right now? The Sunderland goalkeeper is going to be our very own Van der Sar regen. The golden era has started again. I signed him for 22 million, and lads, nothing against Senne Lammens or any other Manchester United player in this team, but everyone will be replaced with players from the golden eras. Roofs now comes in at the age of 22, left-footed, 6'4", footwork and far reach, has proven his worth at Sunderland. And now, our new Van der Sar. This is just the beginning of something beautiful. And by the way, this formation, there's no way we're playing that. In the York and Cole era, they had 2 strikers who were exceptional. So they played the 4-4-2, and Alex Ferguson was very successful with that, of course. In the Ronaldo era, though, they played the 4-3-3, with Ronaldo obviously out on that left-hand side, a midfield 3 core that was exceptional, and a defense that was very strong. And you know what? I feel like I want to go after the 4-3-3 myself. It can be any variation, though. It can be the 4-3-3 flats, or it can be the 4-3-3 holding, where one of the CDMs, or center midfielders I should say, drops a bit deeper to help in defense as well. The Roy Keane type, so to say. For the right back position, the options were so clear that I didn't even have to go and put it on a wheel, because we're going for Tino Livramento from Newcastle, an English right back. Why? Because back in the day, it was either Gary Neville, Wes Brown, Phil Neville. There were never really any other right back options for us, specifically Gary Neville, of course. We are replicating that with Livramento in the squad now, joining us for 35 million and at an actual rating of, show me, I believe, 81. So Dalo, I'm sorry, pal. Or actually, not really. Livramento in, and with that, we have 2 pieces of the golden era. And now over to the left-hand side of the pitch, we have 2 options. Dennis Irvin, or is it gonna be Patrice Evra, please? Yes, Patrice Evra. Why? Because Dennis Irvin is from Ireland. It's gonna be so tough to find someone insane there. And when I think of Patrice Evra, this was the perfect option. Camavinga sat on the bench at Real Madrid. Now we have rescued him. Lads, this is a big boy move. I basically spent the rest of my entire budget on him. 54 million. He's gonna join us and be the last transfer we make this season. But I'm so happy we did. Yes, he's 84 rated. He's a center midfielder. But as you guys know, Camavinga, as it says above, can play in that left back position too. And at times when he played there initially, I was amazed. I mean, the fact that this guy can play in any position, be as good as he is so freaking impressive. But he comes in now at standing 6'1" tall with some amazing stats on him, and of course, all the play styles you would want. In my opinion, if Patrice Evra was in the game right now, he'd have just as many playstyles in my mind. So this was the only option that I wanted to go for that left back spot, but a French left back. And you know what? We're going to take Kobbie Mainoo into the starting 11 and test ourselves with the new players against Liverpool. And well, it started with Liverpool themselves. A strike into the heart of Manchester United fans from Chiesa, who was dominating this game alongside many others of this Liverpool squad. Our Van der Sar regen was getting tired of it, and Šeško said, let me help you with that. 60 minutes in, we're back into it. United fans have something to celebrate as Kobbie Mainoo, the Carrick regen, so to say, gets us through with a beautiful pass, and, well, Šeško scores again. 10 goals in 30 appearances for the striker, as now my defense is falling apart. Isak scores the equalizer, and now there was plenty of time for any team to win the game. 92nd minute. Cody Gakpo, Alexander Isak, and yes, Liverpool have beaten us at our home ground, and that is completely unacceptable. Losing to our rivals does feel bad, but it doesn't feel as good as finishing above them. 4th Champions League football for Manchester United, as Liverpool are sat in the 6th position at the end of the season. Gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, we do have some injuries, it seems, but we do have a great starting 11 at this moment in time that has gotten Champions League football. Now, defensively, we obviously need to keep improving. Livramento up to an 83. Camavinga dropped to an 82 when I turned him into a left back. Now back up to an 83. And Roofs is up to an 81, which is very important. The goalkeeping position needs to be locked down by him. And his opponent, Lamens, on a 79. After this season, though, Casemiro, Heaton, Harry Maguire, and Malacia are going to be leaving us. Yes, I could extend his contract, but I won't. In the new season, we have about 172 million to bring back the golden era. And so we spin the wheel for the centre-back position this time around. Jaap Stam, Rio Ferdinand, and Nemanja Vidic, the 3 options. And Jaap Stam is the one, a Dutch centre-back. Wait a minute. We already have De Ligt. So De Ligt, buddy, you have officially survived in this team, possibly as one of the only ones. But then again, pretty happy with that. 26 years old at this stage, still has some really good play styles and some good stats on him. When he was at Bayern Munich, I was personally really hoping that things would work out for him. A couple of games he had that were genuinely incredible, but for some reason it didn't work out, and that's okay. This kid is still amazing in my opinion, so De Ligt, you're gonna stick around and become our Jaap Stam. But for the other spot, it's the battle between 2 defenders who played alongside each other. Is it Nemanja Vidic or Rio Ferdinand? It is Vidic. We need to find ourselves a Serbian centre-back. Vidic, by the way, was player of the season twice as a centre-back. And so the giant of a man that we've chosen is Strahinja Pavlovic, who currently with AC Milan is doing a great job. So Pavlovic, a Serbian centre-back, joins us for just 16 million, which is laughable, but he is at a 78 rating, and he's going to be taken over from Yoro and anyone else. Anyone that can take playtime away from him, I'm sorry, you'll have to leave this club. But that is a signing that makes a lot of sense. 6'4", actually left-footed. Let's move him over to the left and have De Ligt on the right. Pavlovic comes in with the bruiser playstyle as well. Still plenty of time for us to build him up to be a great player, and actually has some decent potential as well. And here comes the spin. The first for the midfield, my friends. Who are we going for? Michael Carrick, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Underrated. And since Carrick is an English lad, I'm going for Kobbie Mainoo. I had to find a spot for him in this team. It's as simple as it is. Kobbie, in my opinion, deserves more playtime, and he deserves more showtime on this video. But who are the other 2 midfielders to go alongside that? We're going over to one of the greatest, Nicky Butt. Another player that probably most people aren't too familiar with. The perfect man to represent Nicky Butt in our team. A man that can play CDM, the number 6 or the number 8 in a squad. And that is Adam Wharton. My friends, that is some signing for this Manchester United squad. An Englishman that will represent Nicky Butt for us. 61 million I had to pay for him, but he comes in at an 83 rating. Well, he goes straight into the heart of that midfield, and he could even represent Paul Scholes, to be honest, because I really love his passing. So let's make it a 2-for-1. Unless we get Paul Scholes right now. Who's it going to be, my friends? It is Paul Scholes. Roy Keane, I'm sorry, but there's no room for you in this squad. Paul Scholes, English centre mid. Well, it only made sense to bring in another red-haired centre midfielder into our team. Of course, it is Elliot Anderson, the man that everyone seems to be talking about, the same way they used to talk about Adam Wharton. Elliot Anderson, welcome into the squad for 55 million. An 83 rated CDM/centre midfielder is going to be walking in, and these guys represent the players that we're bringing in really well, in my opinion, and now they're going to be playing alongside each other. This midfield I absolutely love. I mean, Kobbie Mainoo couldn't be further away from Michael Carrick in terms of dribbling ability, but still very happy with this midfield now moving into the future. And now this season, we're taking on our City rivals. It is Manchester City in the blue facing United. The last time when we played, we lost against Liverpool. This time against our City rivals, surely we can't be doing the same. And it started off beautifully. We were getting plenty of chances. Šeško, what a through ball into Mbeumo, who is through to score that second goal, or first goal, I should say, for our team. And we should have had one by now. Kobbie Mainoo, Šeško again, powerful strikes. Donnarumma, we just cannot get past. However, Kobbie into Šeško, and this time the outside of the boot shot works into our favor. 12 goals in 36 appearances for Šeško at this point. Kobbie Mainoo again, beautiful through ball, same thing and same outcome. It's 2-0 against Manchester City, as we do actually pick up 3 points this time around. We beat Manchester City and we finished above them, 73 points, but Liverpool have won the title without even playing the 38th game. We are not too far away though, just 5 points away from Liverpool. The greatness of Manchester United is coming back soon. And guess what? Up next, we're going to be bringing back the strikers and attackers of Manchester United, which means Cunha, Šeško and Mbeumo, who have been exceptional for us so far, sadly will have to make way. However, Mainoo, Wharton and Anderson looking great in that midfield. Camavinga, De Ligt, Livramento, Roofs up to an 87. Pavlovic, you need to catch up to the rest of the team. When it comes to the attack, that left wing just has to be Portuguese. There's no two ways about it. No wheel to be spun. And this is a Portuguese lad with incredible potential. Rodrigo Moura is looking like the next big thing coming out of Portugal. Yes, I could have gone for Rafa Leao, but no, I'm not going to bring in Rafa Leao to replace Ronaldo. This is going to be Moura's spot. An exceptional talent given 89 potential in FC 26, and for that reason, the 20-year-old who has 84 pace and some really good dribbling, who has a bunch of great play styles on him, now goes straight into our starting 11. He is the Ronaldo replacement. Now, for the other two spots, we will spin the wheel because no one is as iconic, as great as Ronaldo. I mean, look at the Ballon d'Or count. And here we go, looking for the striker of this team. There are a bunch of Englishmen, but it ends up on Wayne Rooney. So, to differentiate between these players, let's find someone who is not the tallest, but a stronger player. I couldn't find anyone that was 5'9", but I could find myself a striker that is known for his physicality, and that is Liam Delap. He is now joining us for Šeško, my friends. That was the only one. I was surprised to see that there aren't that many really talented Englishmen, especially below 6 foot, but Liam Delap is the one we have chosen at the end of the day, purely because of his physicality. Despite Wayne Rooney being 5'9", that guy was physical as hell, and he had a lot of shot power on him, which Liam Delap also has on him, as we do look at it right here. 87 shot power. And for the other side, on that right wing, replacing Mbeumo, it's either Nani or Ryan Giggs, and it will be Nani. What a player that was at the time, man. So underrated as well, in my opinion. And so a Portuguese lad for the right wing, it just had to be Quenda. This is a super talented player from Sporting who I believe is joining Chelsea. But just like Delap, he's ending up at our team. 58.8, Nani's regen for the revival of the golden era has now been completed, at least in the starting 11. Don't you worry, on the bench we'll be bringing in more players. And Quenda, 20 years old, left-footed, 90 pace, 5'8", and he has the inventive, which is obviously something that Nani really had, technicality as well. This is a perfect match. This season, I want to take on Manchester United's biggest rivals during those golden eras, Arsenal. And here we go with Kobbie Mainoo again, into the lap this time instead of Šeško, and Quenda early on, 15 minutes, he scores the Nani regen, gets it done for Manchester United, as Arsenal look for a way back, but our Van der Sar is doing a great job so far. Good pass into Kobbie Mainoo, and this time, instead of setting up goals, he's scoring them himself, and Arsenal was truly falling apart. Wharton, beautiful pass, Delap chests it, hits it onto the post and in. Wayne Rooney would be proud of that goal, and Delap with a nice celebration. That reminds a bit of Wayne Rooney's, but that is a 5-0 victory in the end. Despite just getting our best victory ever, the downgrade of our attack shows itself. 5th in the league, Europa League qualification, 66 points, miles away from rivals Liverpool, dropping out of the FA Cup in round 6 against a team that we just beat 5-0, and in the Carabao Cup against Walsall, and in the Champions League it was the quarterfinals against Atletico Madrid. So clearly, yes, it was a downgrade in attack, but man, Mora has gone up by +5. What a freaking player. They're gonna make up for the loss of rating that we had very, very quickly, as our defense keeps going up in rating. Our midfield is it is world class at this stage, and once our attack gets there, we can finally aim to win the Premier League title again. Representing the Danish goalkeeper Schmeichel, we are bringing in a backup for Van der Sar basically in signing Hermansen. Representing Irish fullback from back in the day, Dennis Irvin, this my friends is Jake O'Brien, now joining United as well. Representing Phil Neville as an English fullback, Rico Lewis is joining us. Representing Roy Keane, we are bringing in an Irish midfielder in the name of Jason Knight. Representing David Beckham, I had to go for a midfielder, a right midfielder in the name of Dibbling. The young talent is joining us. Of course, we had to bring in a representative of Rio Ferdinand. This is Jared Branthwaite now joining us, and lads, I gotta tell you, I have a huge budget. I keep bringing him in. Representing Ryan Giggs, there was only one choice. Of course, it is the man. That is Brennan Johnson, a Welsh winger. Representing the man that helped Manchester United big time as a player and maybe even as a coach, Solskjaer. This is Andreas Skjelderup representing him. Just to show to you again, my initial budget was 317 million, and I've spent 250 of it on players and 35 million on their new wages. But here they are. Everyone but the striker has been brought in. Skjelderup 80 rated, Johnson 83, Dibbling 82, Knight coming in with a 77. Would have loved to bring in someone that more represents Roy Keane. I know Declan Rice has Irish past behind him, but that doesn't really work for me. Rico Lewis, O'Brien, Branthwaite, and Hermansen complete this bench. And this team now has to win trophies. And now here we are, facing Arsenal once again. Why? Because it's the Europa League finale. That 5-0 defeat wasn't enough. They came back for more. So let's see if we can actually deliver. Anderson sprinting through as a centre mid hits the crossbar, man. That should have been the first goal. 23 minutes in, Marcos Leonardo getting a bit lucky, and I honestly don't know how that just happened, but Arsenal have taken the lead in this finale. Kobbie Mainoo, perfectly timed pass into Delap, and I should have just taken a regular shot. I don't know why I went for the power shot there. Very silly decision. Delap is trying over and over again. And as he does, the bench is feeling everything alongside him. But sadly, no goal to show so far. Delap again leading the line. Mora cuts inside. Now on his right foot. But Bestes makes it so that we cannot score in this game. After beating Arsenal 5-0, now we lost against them in a cup finale. You know what, Arsenal? You can have that one. Why? Because United is back at the top. 86 points. The golden era has returned. Lads, from this moment onwards, it's trophies after trophies. City second, Liverpool third, and Arsenal fourth position. Yeah, congrats on the Europa League. But we have a bigger trophy. Still though, none of our players are part of the top scoring list. Delap has 18, so he's technically joined, what, third? And then in the assist, we are looking at Alexander Isak. None of our players. Mora is up there with 8. Love it. But take a look at the squad now. 89, 89, 87. The front three is up there with the world's best. Adam Wharton looking insane. Anderson and Mainu as well. In defense, everyone above the 86. And Roofs on a 91. In the right back position, Livramento, don't worry, was injured. And guess what, my friends? Now it's time to bring in the man of chaos. Castro is joining in as the one representing Tevez. And Tevez was crazy. I feel like everyone forgot about him already. He now comes in as a backup striker at an 84 rating. Good pace, good shooting, 5'10". Let's do this. And well, now this season, the Premier League title belongs to United. 84 points, my friends, ahead of Liverpool and Arsenal by just about 4 points at max. And top scorer in the league, Delap is up there. 22 goals for him. In terms of assists, Rodrigo Mora. We love to see that. And for the clean sheets, Roofs is up there with 8. The Community Shield of last season belongs to United as well as we beat Spurs. The FA Cup sadly doesn't. Wolves made it to the finale to lose against Chelsea. Carabao Cup we have picked up as well, once again against Spurs. So that is 2 trophies, my friends. Very, very happy with that. I mean, yes, the Community Shield is not necessarily a big trophy, but at the end of the day, actually, yes, we do have the Prem, the Carabao Cup, and the Community Shield. Now, when we go over here, in the round of 16 of Champions League football, 5-1 against Arsenal. In the quarterfinals, we beat Liverpool. In the semi-finals, we beat Atletico Madrid to now face PSG. Yes, we're up for a sort of a treble. Not the one that United won back in the day, but this could be a special one as well. Top scorer in here is Liam Delap. He is definitely up for the Ballon d'Or then. And for the assists, Rodrigo Mora again. And so here are the stats for the season. 39-7 from Delap. 28-23 from Mora. He could actually be the one to go ahead and win a Ballon d'Or, to be honest with you. Those stats are ridiculous. Gwenda has 19-5. So depending on how we perform in this Champions League finale, it might be decided between Delap and Mora. Right now, though, I'll probably lean more towards Mora here, coming up with 51 goal contributions, whilst Delap comes in with 46. Now, this team has done really well. I'm very proud of how we have built this up with the concept that we were going after, reviving the golden era. And yes, some of these names might not be as big as the ones of the past, but that's impossible to do anyways. So I'm really happy that we have done this without going ahead and buying the Jude Bellinghams of the world, you know? So this is the squad that we're going to run. The bench is looking pretty solid and good as well. It is the golden era that has returned and now up against the likes of PSG, who have, let's see, Alexander Isak has been named player of the tournament. What a joke. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup of PSG. They are coming in with Dembele, Quaradona, Doué. Front three, insane. Midfield, incredible. Vitinha in there. Valde Guardiol now joining into their defense with Llorente. Interesting. Lucas Hernandez, Valverde, Caicedo, Nwaneri, Beraldo. Yeah, that bench is crazy as well. That is a very, very strong team. Oh, it's a rainy day. That should be weather that us Englishmen over here should be able to deal better with. But then again, We do have plenty of lads from other nations being part of this team too. By now, they probably have adjusted. So let's see how this goes. Nice steal by De Ligt, but he is now out of position. And now it's a 2v1 situation for Pavlovic. He's dealing with it as if he is Nemanja Vidic. That's what I like to see. Gotta be Mr. Consistent like Gary Neville. Kvaradona stopped by De Ligt. Performing the Jaap Stam tackles for us right now. That is really good from Dembele though. PSG take the lead. That's not good enough for me. I should have gotten the ball out of there. Kick it out completely. Desiree Doué trying to get past Kamavinga. Good luck with that, pal. Mora. Anderson. And here goes the lap. Come on, man. I brought you in because of strength. And they're playing this so freaking smart. PSG's passing play is just exceptional right now. Oh, wow. Dembele just about stopped. Here goes Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie, you've got a lot of very important things done for us in the past. He's now looking for Mora. A great pass to Mora. Tight angle, but he will give it a try. Rodrigo Mora. One stat Ballon d'Or, and he might just get it. The little man is stepping up as the strong lad of the team. Take a look at that finish. I didn't think it would go in, but well, he believed in it, and so should I. Oh, he's playing it short as well. Got it. Livramento. Push. Come on. Off of their free kick. Can we counterattack them? Pass it back and run. Now's the time. Quenda is on the run. Delap in the center. Is this the moment? Into Delap and into the back of the net. Delap scores as well. Just like Rodrigo Mora, he is up for the Ballon d'Or. Manchester United's golden era might just be back. Vitinha trying to make his way through into our box, and he does, but Kamavinga is there to pick up the pieces. Now PSG have to throw everything forward, and that means we can run through if we need to. Rodrigo Mora receives the ball from the lap, and he will go for it again. Why doesn't he? Yes! We get lucky. The entirety of our front three scores. Ronaldo, Rooney, and Nani regens basically have done it all. And so our Jaap Stam regen, De Ligt, is the one to lift the Champions League trophy for Manchester United. And with that, the chase for the golden era is complete. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it, lads. Thank you to everyone for supporting the channel throughout the entirety of this year. I gotta say, it's been quite an interesting year, 2025. And I really hope things get a little bit better for everyone in every single way in 2026, but we're not there yet, so let's keep rocking with the content and have some fun. Let me know which rebuild we should be recording next in the comments down below. Take care and peace.